Hey everybody, and it's TD, Terry, and I am in the club waiting on my flight out of this balmy, hot, hell-like Hades. See, I'm sweating already. I tell you, I am thrilled and blessed and honored, but beat down by Redlands Orchid Festival. I got all my orchids, all my pre-orders. I sweated my way, went just after 9, and luckily was able to find parking, which is another thing that I want to say. It's a free-for-all. Luckily there wasn't a line, but the parking situation, especially if you leave around the time of the second group, because I was in the early group, and the second group came at 11. So I was leaving at about 10:30, 10:45 when the second group came in to find parking, which created even more of a gridlock. Which you might not know, and you might know, but I didn't know, is that the park is in the middle of the agricultural district down in Homestead, or on the outside of Homestead. It's Redlands. But there's nothing there but wall-to-wall nurseries, little vehicles carrying the plants, big farm equipment, one after the other, after the other, after the other. The roads are 2-lane roads, so which creates a problem when you're trying to look for parking, and there was not a parking lot. So we were parking on the road, if you can imagine. And there's only so many spots along that road. Some people were parking miles away. Not miles, I'm exaggerating, but it was a long way to be walking in 90-degree weather, and it was 88. When I got there, later on it was 94 when I went back, because I had to go back to my B&B with my first bunch of orchids to take a little rest, to try to rehydrate and come back. Another thing I would say is that was a little problematic was the map that they give you is very non-functional. In addition to the map, they need to have markers, or at least some sort of visible numerage on the tents so that you can easily tell which direction you are going. Oftentimes I found myself not being able to navigate the map, not find out where the heck I was within that map.
This season is higher than January.
So in the actual tents and the layouts, the food trucks, and et cetera, they're not even marked on the path as you walk through the Fruit and Spice Park, which I felt was a major contributor to the fatigue factor. When you are just walking around searching for specific booths, and you tend to not locate where or which direction you need to walk to get to that booth, but yet you need to find that booth, you tend to just walk around in circles, as I found myself doing often, trying to find some of the lesser known booths, such as Shin, or some of the other international vendors. So I think that was definitely a contributing factor to the fatigue and stress level there, because as the day grew longer, more people showed up, which added even more stress when you're looking and you're hot and sweaty. I was so worn out after the first go through that I barely made it back to the second time to go around and pick up the rest of my pre-orders. And really, I luckily happened upon Coral Smith and Springwater Orchids. But if that had not happened, I would not have stopped to browse for too long. I actually found FSCO, Florida Suncoast Orchids, and BNL, and Orchid Den, but just walked right on by because at that point, and as far as FSCO, his plants were so freaking high. They were the ones pretty much like you would see on the Facebook group, in the sales group, that were $250 on up. And he was pretty proud of that fact. I didn't talk to him, I just listened to him. So anyway, and I looked around and there was nothing that I wanted or needed, so I kept on moving. BL had those antelope dendrobiums that I love. I did pass up on a discolor just because it was huge, and it was $60, and it was probably 3 feet tall, but there was no way I was going to get that back. Luckily, I was able to buy another suitcase at the Walmart for about $40, and all of my orchids fit in there, except for a couple that I'm carrying in my carry-on bag, which are I guess they're a couple of orchids that I got from Coral Smith, and they are blooming. Well, most of them were blooming, but in any event, they all are on their way in my suitcase, checked. But this has been quite an experience. Redlands chewed me up and spit me out, and I feel like I have heat stroke, literally drained to the point of not even wanting to get up and walk. My hip was, impacted by that, and had to ice it down all night. But all in all, it's been a pretty knowledgeable, fun new experience, and I can't wait to show you what I got. Maybe I'll give you a sneak preview since I'm sitting right here with 2 plants. I could do that just to give you some little teaser. So stay tuned. Let's see if I can do this. That's showing you on my underwear. Here's a toothbrush. Let's see here. Okay. Let me pull it out. Okay, this is gonna be tough. Okay, first is this beauty that is fragrant. And I picked it up because it looked like Corningiana. And I'm not sure, but I got this at Kroll, and it's Ambomanniana, which I don't know what that is, crossed with sumatrana. And I had to get one of these because it was in bloom. And I hope it's okay. See, Aerangis modesta crossed with Elro, and spike, and there's the flowers. How's that for a teaser for you? $55. And this was Coral Smith. So, well worth it. So folks, I hope you enjoyed that little teaser, and stay tuned for more. I am hoping to get my flight, be home a little bit earlier, and share the rest with you all. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your orchids. Bye.